There's a huge problem. I mean, the fact that, again, this small business that nobody had ever heard of in Denver, Colorado, kept their servers, again, in a closet in a bathroom in Denver, Colorado, in a condo is breathtaking. I will tell you, just for people at home that are wondering, well, gee, is this partisan? I don't think anybody thinks it's just partisan anymore because the FBI. I can tell you, I got flooded with emails. And if you want to know where a collection of gasps came up during Hillary Clinton's email conference, the conference, the White House. White House, people working in the White House cannot believe she keeps saying this was okay with the White House, that this was okay according to the law. They cannot believe inside the Obama White House that she continues to act this way.
Well, and then there's questions for the State Department. But, Michael, before it gets to you and what Republicans can do with this, people like Sam Stein have questions to ask, and I think it becomes, at this point, not a partisan attack. I mean, I can't think of a way to move forward if I had an opportunity to interview Hillary Clinton without saying, I don't have an answer to this question. It doesn't make sense. And we are worried that you haven't told the truth.
Yeah, and I mean, we could all have anticipated this moment 5.5 months ago when the story first broke, right? I mean, at that juncture,
no, actually,
a lot of people
didn't.
Well, I'm saying at that juncture, they could have made the calculation that this would be the inevitable end game of the story, and they could have gone ahead of it a little bit more than they have by voluntarily turning over the server, by sitting her down and having her answer questions in the immediate moment that it became revealed that she was only using a private email account, for instance, and so forth.
Why don't you think she did that? Because it was obvious the right thing to do and a smart thing to do. Why do you think she did?
Why do I not think she did that?
Why do you think she stonewalled?
Well, I think there's a mix of things here. One is I think they do legitimately believe that while yes, she was skirting the letter of the law here, that she wasn't doing anything fundamentally different than previous Secretary of States. I think they believe that. I'm not saying I believe it. They believe that. They also believe that she, like every other public servant, is entitled to having private emails. Now, that doesn't mean she should control which ones are public and which ones are private, but they do believe that she has the entitlement to have her private email account. So I think there was a sense in there that she was doing things slightly differently, but not fundamentally.
But they knew from the very beginning, and we had a couple people like Joe Conason would come on, and there would be something the day before in the New York Times saying there is a 2009 regulation that says you are not allowed to do this. You must have your emails saved and retained inside the department in which you work. And the next day they would pretend like that didn't even happen. James Carver would come on and go, look at that, look over there, they're burning it over there. Like, and they would say, nothing here, just look over there. Where they knew from the very beginning that the Obama and by the way, ask the Obama administration, on or off the record, whether there was a regulation in place, and they will tell you.
This brings up a very important ignorance as a defense. They knew better.
They knew.
So this brings up a very important point, which is, you know, we will find out eventually how bad the situation is for her as we come to know how many emails should not have been on that server, maybe what those emails said, though I doubt those will get public. But there is a broader point that you're getting at here, which is also troubling, which is she surrounds herself with people who are afraid to tell her, no, you can't do that.
Well, by the way, one of the most disturbing parts of the press conference is when she walked away yesterday and said, you all are the only ones telling me about this. And I thought, you know what? That is the first true thing that she has said because she is surrounded by people who are afraid to tell her the truth.
But people are interested in this. All right, a couple of things. First of all, new national polling among Democratic voters is out, just crossed. Hillary Clinton is 47%, down from 56% in July. Bernie Sanders is at 29%, up from 19% in July. And just to your point here, and I want to get to Michael Steele, Clinton's campaign has previously acknowledged that there was an attempt to wipe the server before it was turned over last week to the FBI, which is kind of disturbing.
And something that she would not say yesterday when asked repeatedly.
Right. Sources tell NBC News that despite claims the server was purged, FBI investigators believe they can retrieve some of it. She maintains she neither sent nor received emails with information marked classified.
Which, by the way,
then she says,
irrelevant.
This happens all the time. I'm going to read this, and then it's all yours, all right? Because I really can't help them. The Daily Mail reports the company that operated Clinton's server kept its servers in the bathroom, as you mentioned, in bathroom closets. Former employees call Platte River Networks a mom-and-pop shop and tell the website the company worked out of a loft apartment in Denver. Some servers there were apparently stored in a small bathroom closet on site.
And that
Secretary of State.
Yeah, in the age of Putin and in the age of North Korean hackers and the age of Chinese hackers,
Michael Steele.
That's where America's secrets
So my cousin
were
Vinny
being
got a
kept.
little